and welcome to a new video. Today I have a whole bunch of small sewing tasks that I need to get done to get ready for my upcoming trip to Sweden to attend their medieval week. I actually went to this event last year and had the absolute best time ever, but then on my way back to Stockholm, because you have to take a ferry or sail to Visby, and I sailed for the first time ever. I've never sailed in my life, and I sailed there and back. And on the way back from Visby, my phone decided to jump out of my pocket and plunge into the depths of the ocean, and that's where all my Visby footage was stored. So I lost it all, and I didn't have any of it backed up anywhere. So that's entirely on me. But hopefully this year, the footage will make it home safely and I can show you guys what Visby Medieval Week is like. But before I get to Visby, I need to prepare my medieval wardrobe. I didn't have time to make a whole new wardrobe this year, what with the whole moving of studios thing. And also I wanted to reuse the outfits I made because I really love what I came up with. So instead what I'm going to do is go over my ones from last year, check that, first of all, check that they still fit me, but also check them to make sure that no trim has come undone or there's no seams that need resewing. And also do the little things that I ran out of time for last year, like covering the metal grommets I used with embroidery thread so you don't see the metal grommets and it looks a little more medievally. And last year I did feel like I was missing the finishing pieces to my outfits, like I didn't have any headgear made and I didn't have a belt pouch to hold all my things. So I also want to tackle those items this week. So these are my outfits from last year. Let me bring you a little closer. I have my blue princessy kirtle, my Viking outfit, and my piratey wench outfit. I had a lot of fun with these three, so I'm excited to wear them again this year. But the first thing I think I'm going to do is take this blue dress and iron it because it is linen that has been crushed in storage for a year now and it's showing it. And while I'm giving it an iron, I'm going to check the seams, check this trim, because I have a vague memory from last year of when I washed this, the blue fabric didn't shrink because I did pre-wash that. But I think the trim did shrink because I didn't think to pre-wash the trim. So it's created a bit of a gathering here. And I'm not sure whether I need to undo it and re-stitch it or if just a nice steamy iron will re-stretch that out for me. So let's give it a good iron. There we go. My blue dress is nicely ironed. I know it will crinkle when I pack it because it's linen and that's what linen does. But with the iron, I was able to stretch out that trim again, which is great. And I also got the chance to look it over and check that there weren't any holes that had suddenly appeared in it. So with that done, that is outfit number one checked and ready to go. However, as much as I love this dress, the one thing wrong with it is it doesn't have pockets. But I can't really put actual pockets in it. That's not very medieval. So I want to create a belt pouch for this outfit. Recently, me and a couple of friends did a creative retreat weekend where we hired an Airbnb in a beautiful location and we all brought something to do, something crafty. And the thing I took was a leather belt pouch pattern. And despite being there to do crafty things for the weekend, we didn't really do a lot of craftiness. We mostly just hung out, cooked food, played board games and chatted. It was a great time. But I took this belt pouch and this is as far as I got. I still need to attach a fair bit of pieces to it. I'm really happy with how it's turning out though. I think it looks great. This is just a pattern that I found online. It was from Creative All and I'll link it below. So far I've not finished it, but so far I'm really enjoying the pattern and the putting together of it. It's very easy and doable. This is the first leather project I've ever done completely on my own. So far, it's turning out really well. So I kind of just want to finish this off. So let's find all my bits for it. I finished my belt pouch last night and I'm so happy with this. This is my first time making anything out of leather by myself. I don't have a lot of experience with it, so this is the first time I've sort of chosen a pattern, cut it out, marked holes, dyed leather, and put it all together. And it was a success. I'm really very happy with it. So yeah, this pattern was by Creative All, and I highly recommend it. With the belt pouch out of the way, the next thing I want to work on is a headpiece. I just want to make a fabric scarf coif thing. So I've got my big old roll of plain cotton fabric, and let me show you what pattern I'm following for this. I'm using the blog by Sevenstarwheel, and I want to create the late 15th century white hood or coif, and this is what it looks like. She has very kindly created a pattern for this style of headgear. So first of all, we need a triangle 32 inches by 32 inches by 45 inches. So these are the pieces to create the coif. This piece gets turned into a rectangle, and this piece gets slipped in there, something like that, and things get stitched. So now I just got to put it together. This funny shape is my completed hat. Now I just gotta figure out how it goes. I think those ends back there have to go together. I'm going to use a pin to join these together, but if this fits, I will redo it with some stitching so I don't risk my neck every time I do it. And then these bits do a swoop. It's white on a white background, so you probably can't see it, but it worked. And then they often turn these back and then get little ear bits. I think this was a success. So if you want to make a headpiece like this, I will have the link where I found the tutorial linked below. With this one done, I'm now going to move on to my other two hats that I want to get done, which are the pirate hat and the everyday medieval hat. Both are going to be really simple. This one, I'm pretty much just removing the black from it and then maybe see if I can steam it a bit to sort of relax its shape. And I'm also going to add some ties to the sides of it so that if it's windy and it blows off my head, I won't completely lose it. For the pirate hat, I'm just going to fold up my edges like so and stitch it. But before I stitch that in place, I'm thinking of adding some trim to it. I think that'll just add a nice bit of bling and make it recognizable as my hat amongst all the other pirate hats that are going to be there. Two more hats ready to go. I'm really happy with how this straw one shaped. Just shows a bit of steam and a natural fiber and you can do just about anything. So now that my headgear is sorted, I want to move back to the actual outfits. And I'm going to work on this pirate wench bodice. And something I wanted to do last year was cover these metal grommets with embroidery thread so they weren't quite so obviously metal. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got some grey embroidery thread and also the ribbon I used to lace this up has gone missing. So I'm going to actually create a lace through Lucet cording, which I'm just starting to teach myself. So that makes for a cozy evening sitting on my couch with my dog who's currently asleep on the couch, just doing some last hand finishing, and then I get to play dress up. I think he really appreciates this couch being here. He loves coming in and lying on it while I'm working. At least someone's getting a nap in. Okay, time for the best part. Now I get to dress up and check that it all fits, which maybe I should have done first before I fixed all of the little things I wanted to do, but here we are. As well as trying all of my old stuff on, I also want to see if I can fit in any of my sort of more recent projects from this year and see if I can make any of them work as part of these outfits. I think mostly it'll be in the pirate one, but I think this little capelet might go well with my blue medieval dress. I am ready and I'm so excited to go back to Visby and spend a week frolicking in these outfits with some cool people. I love any excuse for dressing up and Visby Medieval Week is a great one. And if on the off chance you are in Visby for this medieval festival and you see me, come say hi. And otherwise, I will catch you in the next video. Bye!